through 10 practical strategies that can help build business resilience. Business resilience is the ability of organizations to adapt and respond to all types of risks and challenges, natural disasters, cyber attacks, supply chain disruptions, and of course, pandemics. So last year, a number of surveys were conducted in Australia and overseas on the impact of COVID-19 on businesses. Based on some of the research, I have put together 10 of the recommendations for building business resilience and enabling businesses to cope and adapt to future changes and challenges. It's important to note that what one recommendation might work for one business, it may not work for other businesses. So next slide, please. And next slide, thank you. So the first recommendation is the importance of getting good business advice. When small businesses are cash strapped, cutting back spending on advisors can be an obvious way to save money. There are many laws, rules, regulations, hundreds of options, opportunities, and pitfalls in the business world, and leveraging someone else's experience is the perfect way to avoid some of the downsides of the business. Someone on the outside looking in will often see things you may overlook. More experienced and qualified people may be able to offer sound and important advice on certain situations. Look for low cost or free sources of information to help you with your business. Business associations like Business Southwest and government agencies such as the Small Business Development Corporation do provide free advice and workshops to businesses. Also, financial institutions such as banks often provide free business advice to their clients. Also, try and find other sources of information like mentors, a business coach. Talk with those in your network that survived COVID-19 better than you did. Look at organizations, other industries that adapted and changed to make their business different and how perhaps you could follow their examples. Next slide, please. So the next recommendation is identify opportunities to sell to larger, more stable organizations. So these could be government departments, mining companies, financial institutions, IT companies, universities. So the recommendation here, this is from the Small Business Development Corporation, is to make sure you're always prepared. So read the documents, the tender documents in full, understand the conditions, and make sure you have the capacity to meet the requirement. Be informed, attend all the information sessions, and ask any questions you need to clarify the requirements. Give yourself sufficient time to complete the tender and make sure you're organized. You make sure you obtain the required insurance cover for your business, check all operation and procedures, and make sure they meet the requirements of the tender. Make sure your capability statement is relevant to the scope of work that's being tendered on, and address all the requirements and complete all the documents, schedules, and attachment. Once you finish, it's always a good idea to find someone else to proofread your submission for you. Again, a lot of different government organizations and business associations will provide you with this service free of charge. Next slide, please. So next is networking. With networks, there are two levels of networks. There's the individual or personal networks, that is family, friends, colleagues, individuals that you know and are friends with and can get help from. And then you've got the business level networks. So at the business level, try and find businesses that can complement your products and your services, adding value for your customers. Develop stronger relationships with other businesses, including your competitors. Form collaborative, cooperative partnerships with other businesses. Collaborate with businesses that complement your offerings as well as your competitors. Working with your competitors can help increase your bargaining power, maybe provide you with more resources that you need, and help reduce your operational costs. Identify, join, and engage with business association and utilize their networks as well. Next slide, please. So, product diversification and market diversification is another recommended strategy. If possible, move into different geographic markets, develop new products, and or significantly improve your existing product. So one option is to add similar products or services. These are similar to what you're already offering, so you don't have to make major changes to your business model or manufacturing processes to develop these products. Another option is to go for unrelated products or services. So these are very different to what you're already offering. So you will have to repurpose your manufacturing or change your business model to be able to offer them to your customers. So these can be more difficult and expensive and time consuming to implement. And maybe consider becoming your own supplier or distributor. So I have given here the example of a vegetable grocery store deciding to sell jams and pickles, utilizing the fruits or products that perhaps they could not sell on the day. So they are diversifying their products, increasing their market by appealing to customers that like to buy homemade jams and pickles. So this is an example of diversifying by developing a new product but related product. And in this example, they are their own supplier of raw materials for the jams and pickles. Next slide, please. So next is the supply chain. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many businesses had to re-examine and adjust the supply chain and look for localized suppliers. The pandemic did bring back a focus on boosting local manufacturers, which has been further compounded by growing consumer desire to support local businesses. A shorter localized supply chain does also offer higher flexibility in terms of production and delivery, volume, and help introduce new products at short notice and respond to rapid and sudden changes in the community. But radical localism is a strategy often seen by academics as a knee jerk response and one that can work well in the short term, but it's not a long term solution. We live in a global economy and need a global solution. Globalization allows companies to find lower cost products um, to produce their products. It also increases competition, which drives the prices down and creates a larger variety of choices for consumers. So some of the recommendations on supply chain are expand geographic diversity, avoid overdependency on a particular country or region, look for other low-cost manufacturing environments. For example, countries such as Vietnam, Malaysia, Philippines, Thailand, and India. Look at your sources of supply. Review what products you need manufactured locally and what products need more than one source of supply. And use IT, technology, better inventory management to protect the business against supply chain interruptions, to make sure you have enough to give you a buffer in case there are interruptions in the supply chain. And finally, forge strong long term relationships with key suppliers and customers. Next slide, thank you. So, next are cost reduction strategies, which is about reducing waste, reworks, returns, production service failures, and identifying duplication processes that are not needed or waste resources, and use technology to reduce your operational costs. For example, use IT solutions to allow remote working, switching from a 100% offline model to an online model or a hybrid model. Use inventory management software for inventory, as we mentioned before, Use social media and technology to reach out to and understand your customer base better, and accounting software to manage your cash flow. Next, please. So, upskilling is about maximizing and enhancing your own and your employees' skills. Last year, many businesses realized that they couldn't sell the products within the current business model. But how you change your business model or the product's offerings depends on the skills you've got. COVID-19 has changed not only how people work, but how they shop, eat, as well as basic patterns of movement and travel, and push businesses towards e commerce. Many businesses are in the middle of what we call the distance economy, which is reducing physical interactions. More people are now shopping online rather than physical walk-in sales, are using technology for communication. We've seen a huge increase in use of Uber Eats, for example, or other similar businesses. There's been an increase in business model subscriptions and delivery models around the world. So some of the recommendations here include upskill yourself and staff to reduce your reliance on overseas markets. Develop new skills for the distance economy, minimizing physical interactions. Move towards e-commerce and digital marketplace platforms. Build employee skills critical to your business model. For example, short executive education courses or workshops that cover in-demand skills such as business analytics, social media and digital marketing, leadership strategy courses, project and contract management, critical tax and knowledge, health work management. Next slide, please. So the well-being of the small business owner is directly aligned to the health of their business. You cannot address the health of the business without addressing the health of the business owner. Running a business takes a lot out of a person. Financial, mental, emotional, physical stress can drain you really quickly. Some of the recommendations here are set your hours and stick to them. Now, this is one of the hardest things to do for many business owners. It's not uncommon for many of them to work up to 60 plus hours a week and not having enough time for self care. So keep in mind, the longer your mental and physical health suffers, the quicker your business may go under as well. Consider all the other things you have going in your life, not just your business, and decide how many hours you should reasonably be working each week, and then make a plan to only work those hours. Create a flexible work environment. Think about the tasks you need to do for your business. Do all of them have to be done in the office? Or are there things you can do at home or even in a coffee shop? Practice relaxation techniques. Push your body, relax your mind. Take up an exercise plan, join the gym or a fitness class. Get help from others. Get them to help you with your business or just provide emotional support. Join and engage with groups. For example, go to networking events to meet different business owners like yourself and interact with like-minded people. Next slide, please. So digitization is now a front office imperative. So invest in digital solutions. IT solutions can help reduce your dependencies on people, reduce human labor, and reduce your operational costs as well, and enhance and improve your offerings. Next slide, please. So the last point is business sustainability. So business sustainability includes three arms: economic sustainability, social sustainability, and environmental sustainability. Most businesses are well on top of economic sustainability, with many strategies to ensure their business remains economically viable, but do not score very well on social and environmental sustainability. It is important to note that all the three pillars are needed to build a sustainable business. So, one recommendation is to go for what we call the low hanging fruit. These are simple, low cost, and easy to implement social and environmental sustainability practices. For example, ensuring a safe workplace, supporting local charities and local community organizations, minimizing use of plastics, installing LEDs, solar panels, rainwater tanks, using five-star energy-saving appliances, minimizing energy and water usage. So these strategies can help with business exposure, brand awareness, and help reduce your operational costs. Next slide, please. So after today's presentation, you may want to consider some of these strategies. Completing the last 10 slides and writing down 3 points for each of the recommendations for your business. Doing this will give you a plan or a framework for your business going forward. For example, think about 3 organizations that can provide you with business advice. Identify 3 businesses that you can partner with. 3 possible ways to diversify your products or services. 3 cost reduction strategies or new technologies for your business. 3 training courses or workshops that can benefit your business. 3 social and environmental sustainability practices that will help market your products better to your customers and reduce your operational costs. And also, if you can think of other strategies that you implemented and have worked for your business. Next slide, please. So, what is your step 11 to building business resilience? And the next slide, I would like just to bring your attention to the research that we are currently conducting, and just quickly mention it. At the moment, we are calling all micro, small, and medium business owners and managers in WA. We want to know how COVID-19 has affected your business. To get involved in this research study, either completing an online interview or a survey. The survey it says there it takes about 15 minutes, but it actually only takes 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes max. And the interviews are about 20 to 40 minutes. So thank you very much for attending today's workshop. And if you have any questions about the presentations or willing to take part in our research, please contact myself or one of our research team. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Jaleh, for joining us and for presenting this to us. We look forward to being able to share this further and wider. It's now on our Facebook, so people will be able to watch this at any time. And there's some really great tips in there, guys. BSW, we're happy to help in any way. Feel free to drop us an email or a phone call. And we will also put the link for the survey in the comments of this event, so that if you do want to take the survey, we'll pop it there for you. So thank you again, Jaleh, for joining us. We don't have any questions at the moment, but if we do have any come through, we'll be sure to send them on to you.
Thank you very much.